Okay, I'm in my kitchen to give you a little tip about removing blue water-soluble pen marks. We use all kinds of different pens. I have thoughts on a lot of different marking tools. The best one is probably white chalk because white chalk comes out really easily. Except my problem is I work and I mark mostly on linens, white fabrics, off-white fabrics, and that just won't work for me. So the purple air pens, I liked those for a while until I sent a quilt somewhere and those marks came back. You know, it does friction pens. You can heat and it melts into the batting, except that when it gets cold, those marks come back up. And don't you worry, they will come back up. I've had a lot of friends that enter into quilt shows and they've told me when the quilt gets to the show and it's gone through cold weather, the marks come back. So how embarrassing and awful. So I'm going to tell you, there's probably no chemical that we put on our quilts that's going to be out forever. You know, 50 years from now, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of marks on some really fancy quilts. But, you know, 50 years from now, I won't be here, and so I'm not going to worry about it too much. So this is what I use, and I've used these for over 10 years. I've not had the marks come back using this method. I thank my good friend Becky Collis for telling me this years ago. So the secret is baking soda and water. And what she tells me is that that mix changes the pH of this pen. And it works. So this is all you do. So like I said, I'm in my kitchen. This is just a little spray bottle. And I put ice cold water from my refrigerator in here, and it wouldn't even hurt to put an ice cube in. This is about a cup of ice cold water. I'm going to put this in a spray bottle because I'm going to show you how to put it in a spray bottle first. I use these when I use a spray bottle when I'm doing a large area or I'm on a large quilt and I need to remove a lot of pen lines. The other thing I use is just these little fine tip bottles when I'm working with pin cushions, which is what I work with a lot. If I'm doing a backing on this, then I just put it in this little squirt bottle and I go along and use it for that. Thanks to my friend Marie for telling me to use these little bottles for that. So I buy these bottles in bulk. I put glue in them. I put peroxide in them. Peroxide takes scorch marks out. So I keep bottles and I mark what's inside. So glue, baking soda and water, peroxide, those are my favorites. You can get them on Amazon. I'll put the link below. In this little bottle, you'll put ice cold water and then just a little bit of baking soda. The other thing is you want to make it fresh each day. So each time you use it, make it fresh. I find it works a little bit better. So all it is just a little bit of baking soda. Everybody says how much? I don't know, just dump a little bit in. So I've got my baking soda. This is a tiny little half teaspoon scoop. So I'm going to put, I always say, maybe a heaping teaspoon per 1 cup of ice cold water. So I'm going to put just a teaspoon in there. That's all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to let it dissolve, shake it up, let it dissolve, shake it up. I'm going to talk a minute while I let that dissolve because I actually needed to remove something. So that's what made me come do this video. So I'm going to dissolve it. I'm going to spray through the bottle a little bit so it gets in there. Okay, so yesterday I was being lazy and I thought, I don't need that baking soda trick. I'll just, I'll just take some cold water and remove my blue marks. Well, that did not work because today, when I looked at my little piece, my blue marks were back. So you can do this all you want. You can keep putting cold water on it. Trust me, I've tried that before. But once you spray the baking soda and water on, it will stay gone forever. And like I said, I have quilts that I now have done this on maybe 12 years ago, and the marks have not come back. Okay, so here's my little backing. That's the blue mark that came back after. There's some, there's some, there's some. So today, I'm just going to spray it. Just spray. Those blue marks go away right now. Of course they go away. Okay, all gone. And in a little bit when it dries, they will stay gone. All right, now the one little tip I'm going to give you is after you've put baking soda on, you need to be really careful about heating it because, not because the blue marks come back, and they don't come back if heated, but it scorches your fabric a lot easier. So don't leave your iron on that mark. Now, if you get a scorch, use peroxide. That's in another video. Use peroxide to take that out. It will come out. But be careful about heating. The other thing you don't want to do with a blue pen after you've marked it is you do not want to put heat to it. So if you have marked and then it has been heat set, it's over. You've set it. So once you've done that, I say that, I did have a quilt where we had blue marks and I laid vinegar on those blue marks and we piled up a bunch of baking soda, left it overnight, and those blue marks came away. So trust me, I try everything, every kind of chemical. Like I said, I try and do safe chemicals, which are vinegar, baking soda, right? Things that wash out of quilts and things. So anyway, try that little fix for your blue marks, and I think it'll work for you. All right. See everybody. Bye-bye.